impressive it gets.
Liv.
Escape the clutches of Jade.
Look at this power around.
Thanks for coming, Cargill. If it gets. Supers up, Kyrie saves.
Jaded.
The WWE Universe is buzzing with excitement after Naomi's shocking heel turn on SmackDown and the controversy surrounding her betrayal of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. This unexpected twist has left fans reeling and wondering what's next for Naomi, the Bloodline, and the entire WWE landscape as we head toward WrestleMania 41. Adding fuel to the fire, Naomi's father-in-law, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, has shared his thoughts on the matter, calling Naomi's execution of the betrayal masterful on his podcast. His reaction has raised even more questions about the family dynamics, as Rikishi's words reflect both pride and conflict. What does this mean for Naomi's future in WWE, her relationship with her husband Jimmy Uso, and the larger Bloodline saga? Let's dive into the chaos, dissect Rikishi's reaction, and predict what this means for the road to WrestleMania 41. The heel turn. SmackDown, March 7th, 2025. On March 7th, 2025, Naomi made one of the most talked-about moves in recent WWE history. SmackDown took place at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, with 16,700 fans packed into the arena, buzzing with anticipation. The night began with Bianca Belair, fresh off her performance at Elimination Chamber 2025, standing tall as the SmackDown Women's Champion. The crowd cheered as she called out Naomi, demanding answers about the attack on Jade Cargill at the Chamber event, which left fans stunned. Naomi, still recovering from an injury sustained months prior, made her way to the ring wearing a neck brace. As Naomi limped down the ramp, there was an undeniable tension in the air. Fans had been speculating that something was off with Naomi, especially after her absence from the previous SmackDown episodes. Bianca, emotional and desperate for answers, asked Naomi, "Did you attack Jade Cargill?" Naomi stalled, initially denying any involvement. But when Bianca pressed, Naomi's true intentions were revealed in a shocking moment. Naomi confessed, "Yes, I did it. I attacked Jade for you, for us." The crowd gasped, and Bianca's heart shattered. Naomi's betrayal hit hard, and the tension was palpable. Bianca, devastated, screamed at Naomi and stormed off, breaking down in tears. Naomi, however, was cold, replying, "You ungrateful yasa us." The crowd erupted into boos as Naomi fully embraced her heel turn. Just as the fans thought the segment was over, Jade Cargill's music hit, and the roof nearly blew off the building. The newly arrived Jade charged into the ring, unleashing a vicious assault on Naomi, including a devastating Jaded onto the steel steps, leaving Naomi writhing in pain. Triple H later confirmed that Naomi had sustained a cervical strain, further intensifying the drama. Rikishi's reaction. Proud yet torn Rikishi, the legendary WWE Hall of Famer and father-in-law to Naomi, took to his podcast to share his thoughts on the shocking turn of events. On March 9th, 2025, during his podcast Rikishi Off the Top, he praised Naomi's performance in executing the betrayal. Rikishi described Naomi's heel turn as masterful and commended her ability to portray a complex, layered character. He acknowledged that Naomi had proven her versatility in the ring, turning what could have been a straightforward heel turn into a multifaceted, emotionally charged moment. However, it wasn't all praise. Rikishi, who has a long history with the Samoan dynasty and the Bloodline, spoke with a sense of conflict. While he acknowledged that Naomi's heel turn was well executed, he also reflected on the family dynamics at play. Naomi is married to Jimmy Uso, one of the key members of the Bloodline, which includes Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. This familial connection makes Naomi's actions even more complicated. Rikishi's words were a mix of admiration and concern. He expressed that, while he was proud of Naomi for stepping up and shining, he couldn't ignore the deeper layers of the situation. Rikishi's proud but conflicted tone suggests that he is torn between his loyalty to the bloodline and his familial love for Naomi. He knows the intricacies of WWE storytelling and understands the business, but his involvement in the family's legacy creates a unique position. His podcast comments were likely designed to hype up Naomi's new character arc, while also subtly hinting at the possible fallout that might affect not just Naomi, but also Jimmy and the entire Bloodline faction. The family ties, bloodline drama, and what it means for Jimmy Uso. The family dynamic is central to the storyline surrounding Naomi's heel turn. Rikishi's comments about Naomi's execution of the betrayal are fascinating because they highlight a tension that will only grow in the coming weeks. Naomi is now positioned as a character who is no longer just a glow figure. She has transitioned into a more villainous role, one that will likely create tension between her and her husband, Jimmy Uso. Jimmy, a core member of the bloodline, has been a loyal enforcer to Roman Reigns. He has stood by his brother Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa throughout the various shifts in the bloodline's power structure. Now, with Naomi turning on Bianca and aligning herself with Jade Cargill, it's unclear where Jimmy stands. Will he stand by his wife, even if it means potentially betraying the bloodline? Or will he remain loyal to Roman Reigns, his cousin, and the tribal chief? Rikishi's podcast has left fans guessing. He's shown admiration for Naomi's heel turn, but also acknowledges the stakes for Jimmy. This is more than just a character change for Naomi. It's a potential catalyst for a dramatic shift in the bloodline. Could Jimmy find himself caught between the love for his wife and his loyalty to Roman? This storyline could lead to some intense, emotional moments as we approach WrestleMania 41. What's next for Naomi, Bianca, and Jade? Naomi's heel turn, Jade's revenge, and Bianca's heartbreak all point to an intense road ahead. With Naomi injured and sidelined for a while due to the cervical strain, her involvement in WrestleMania 41 remains uncertain. However, we can already speculate about a few potential scenarios. 1. Bianca vs. Io Sky, title match at WrestleMania 41. One of the more straightforward scenarios is Bianca defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Io Sky. Fans have been clamoring for this match for months, and given the rising tension between Bianca and Naomi, it's possible that Bianca's next challenger could be Io. Naomi's betrayal might set up a feud with Bianca that takes a backseat to the inevitable clash between the two top stars in WWE. 2. Naomi vs. Jade Cargill. A grudge match at WrestleMania. Fans have been buzzing about a possible one-on-one match between Naomi and Jade Cargill. After Jade's brutal assault on Naomi and Naomi's cold betrayal, the personal animosity between the two women has been taken to a whole new level. WrestleMania 41 could see these two powerhouse women face off in a high-stakes grudge match, with Naomi looking to prove herself after the humiliation and defeat at the hands of Jade. 3. Bloodline clash. Jimmy Uso vs. Jey Uso. The dynamics within the bloodline have always been volatile, but Naomi's heel turn and her ties to Jimmy could set the stage for an internal struggle. Fans have speculated that a potential match between Jimmy and Jey Uso could be in the cards, especially if Naomi's actions tear the family apart. Will Jimmy remain loyal to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, or will he choose his wife over the bloodline? WrestleMania 41. The stakes are higher than ever. As we move toward WrestleMania 41, the stakes are higher than ever. Naomi's heel turn, Jade's vengeance, and Bianca's heartbreak have set the stage for a series of high-impact matches. Rikishi's reaction to Naomi's actions gives us insight into the family's split and how WWE will use these dynamics to create drama heading into the biggest event of the year. The road to WrestleMania is full of twists and turns, and Naomi's heel turn is just the beginning. Fans are eagerly awaiting what comes next, as the drama between the bloodline, Naomi, Bianca, and Jade continues to unfold. One thing is for sure. WrestleMania 41 will be a must-watch event, with family drama, betrayal, and intense rivalries taking center stage. The storylines are set, and as we move closer to April 2025, all eyes will be on the ultimate confrontation that will change the course of WWE history. Stay tuned, because the road to WrestleMania is about to get even more intense.